Hi everyone, Alchemist here. Today is a YouTube personal reading for Christopher. If you want your own YouTube personal reading, you can find it in the link in the description box below. So, Christopher, thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I know you have few questions and I'm gonna try to answer them for you in this reading. So let's get right to it. I'm going to start by opening the portal, invoking your spirits, your guardians, and see what spirit has for you. So, let's open the portal. Hereby declare the portal open for Christopher. So, I'm going to use some tarot cards here. And I'm gonna start by answering your first question, which is your soul's origin. I know you're curious to know about where does your soul come from? Where does it come from? Okay. This is very interesting. So your soul definitely comes from the underworld. It comes from the underworld. The cards here are telling me that you lived in ancient Egypt. It seems like your first reincarnation was in ancient Egypt. That was the first time you had a reincarnation as a human being, as a human physical being on planet Earth. And it happened in ancient Egypt. I see here that it's about, it happened around, give or take, 9 to 10,000 years ago. 10,000 years ago. That's when it happened. It kind of coincided with the flood that happened on Earth. The flood that basically took away most of human life. And I sense that's why you have this kind of confusion of your soul's origin. What happened to you is that your soul manifested as a human being about around 10,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. You started your life there. You were excited because it was your first time as a human being. And you started your life and you were excited to learn about life and what life has to offer to you in general. But then at the same time, the flood happened. It coincided with the same era when the flood happened. You were very confused. You didn't know why that was happening. So the people you love have been lost in that flood. Your family, your friends, and it was very tragic for you. But that was the first time you reincarnated. Your soul comes from the underworld. Here at the bottom of the deck, we have this beautiful card, which is the Prince of Swords. It's reversed, and it has the depiction of, let me actually show the cards that I have here. It represents Medusa Gorgona, which actually resided in the underworld. So your soul was dwelling in the underworld for millennia, for probably hundreds of thousands of years. And the first time, when your soul was there, it was kind of in this state of just nothingness, in this state of peace, in this state of nothing is happening. It was very calm, it was very quiet, it was very dark, but it was also dull. Nothing was happening. And then it was time for you to reincarnate. It was time for you to reincarnate, and you reincarnated for the first time in ancient Egypt. It was an amazing reincarnation. you were full of life. You were so curious. You were excited about just how everything works in life. You know, you meet sometimes these people who are so excited about everything. That means that it's either their first reincarnation as a human being, or they're basically not an old soul. For you, that happened in ancient Egypt. So let me clarify a little bit more. I'm just gonna pull a couple more cards to see what we have here. About your true soul's origin. I see. So your soul, when it was dwelling in the underworld, because you want to know like the origin of the soul, as in like what's its nature. It's almost like you were living in this, your soul was in this dreamy world before reincarnating as a human, okay? It was in this dreamy world of, it was kind of like, think of it as a dream world where it's like everything is possible, everything is beautiful, everything is glorious. You didn't have there was not much work. You didn't need to work. You didn't need to basically find a job to make money, to make a living, or to pay the rent, or to buy a house, or to buy food. It was this very like beautiful, dreamy heaven. It's what people call heaven. Just for the lack of better terms, it's kind of like a heaven, like what these religious dogmas describe as how they describe heaven as. That's where your soul was from. And mind you, this heaven was from the underworld. So what I said earlier, your soul is from the underworld, but the underworld has different dimensions in it. It has different sides, it has different parts. You were in this part of the underworld that was kind of dreamy, kind of heaven. It's like a heaven-like place where everything was peaches and cream and things were just great. And then it was time for you to reincarnate as a human for whatever reason. And then it happened in ancient Egypt, but it coincided with the flood. So that answers your first question. Your second question is, what kind of spiritual ability do you have, and also where does it come from? Let's see just what's your gifts and abilities. Your gifts and abilities, what are they? Let's see. So interesting. So your gifts and abilities are with the elements of nature. You have shamanic powers. You can speak to animals, to spirits. You can do, you're the kind of person who needs to start doing rituals. You have shamanic blood. It's probably from your ancestors. You, because of the nature of your soul, where it comes from, you can speak to spirits, you can talk to them, they will hear you, and then if you learn to listen to them, you can hear them as well. You can, your spirit animal is the tiger, feline. It's like anything that's feline, like cat, lion, tiger, that's your spirit animal. Remember that. You can work with felines. You can invoke the ancient Egyptian goddess Bastet or Sekhmet. They're both feline goddesses, and you can work with them. You will have a very easy time. It will be very easy for you to connect to them. And so you have this ability to talk to spirits and demons. I sense here mediumship. You can talk to spirits. You can act as a medium. For example, when you're thinking about something and out of the blue you have a thought in your head or a thought in your mind, it means that a spirit is trying to communicate that to you. If it feels like if it's not coming from you, from your logic, from your human behavior, from your surrounding, and you're like, what is this thought doing in my head? It means that a spirit is trying to communicate that to you. I see here that you have also like a strong relationship with the Norse as well. Norse mythology, Nordic gods, with Odin, with you can cast runes. You can cast runes if you want to. You can do runes readings as well. That is something that came up here as well. We have, these are the cards showed up, and you're actually, I see here that for you, the more you start practicing your gifts and abilities, the more you start doing rituals. So readings and rituals, the more you start doing these rituals, the more you will strengthen and uncover and unveil these gifts and abilities that you have. So we're talking about mediumship, talking to spirits, talking to other deities and to gods, to spirits that come from the underworld, because you are from there. So you can literally not only speak and communicate with these deities, you can use their help, because you had a great relationship with these spirits when you were residing there. So you have to learn how to use their help, because they like you. They want to be there, you know, they want to be there for you as a human being. You just have to learn how to communicate to them. How do you communicate to them? As I mentioned earlier, rituals, start talking to them, spells, start believing that they are there for you, and not everything is random. Everything is not random. Don't believe that everything is random. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is calculated. You being led to get this reading from me is also not random. I'm not surprised, because it's one of your spirit guides, it's one of your guardian demons who actually led you to get this reading, so you can hear what I'm telling you, so you can realize the kind of gifts and abilities that you have. The more you do, the more I see here you're scared. There's a lot of fear. The more you're scared of these gifts and abilities that you have. You have a lot to explore within you, but you're scared. And the cards here are tell me that the more you explore these abilities and practice the occult, whatever it is that you're drawn to, any tool you're drawn to, the more you do it, the more that fear and that anxiety and that kind of like not knowing who you are is gonna disappear. You're gonna come into your power, you're gonna know who you truly are, you're gonna embrace your darkness, and you're gonna feel happy and more fulfilled in life. But that is going to be triggered only when you start practicing, when you start researching, when you start exploring your abilities. Tarot is one of the most beautiful tools out there. Just start with tarot. Get a tarot deck that you're attracted to, that you're drawn to, and start asking questions. See what the cards mean to you. And then start doing some rituals. Do fire rituals. Light up some candles or put some fire, and then ask questions or give offerings, and just try to connect with spirit. Try to connect with spirit, because you have that gift. Because what most people don't understand is that everyone thinks that if they do a ritual, they're gonna connect to spirit or to their guardian demons or whichever they are. And the thing is, that doesn't work for everyone. You have to be gifted. You have to be gifted to be able to communicate to spirits, demons, angels, and so on and so forth. You are one of these gifted people. And that's why you're getting this reading anyways. There's no coincidences whatsoever. You are. And even the reason why you're asking the questions you're asking. So don't waste this gift. It's given to you Start doing the work, do your rituals, start practicing, read tarot, cast runes, as I said earlier. And the more you do of this work, the more you're gonna start feeling the supernatural, the paranormal is gonna start manifesting around you. And when it hits you, it's gonna be shocking. It's gonna be very surprising. But you have a lot of fear. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing to be scared of. You're protected. You come from this crazy place. That's as I mentioned earlier. That's like the heaven in the underworld, if that makes sense. And this place is crazy. It has so many souls and spirits that are super powerful, and that if you have if they're back, if you have their if you have their help and their guidance, there's nothing to be scared of, because nothing's gonna harm you. Nothing. So that's for your second question. These abilities, where they come from is, as I mentioned, they come from the same place where your soul is originally from. These are abilities that your soul brought to the physical realm from that place you come from. And the more you work on these abilities, the more you brush them up, the more they're going to become more powerful and more effective. You know, I feel like for you, what I'm sensing here is that you're kind of like, it's like your fear and your skepticism, which is good. It's good to be skeptical. I myself is very skeptical for the occult, even though I'm an occultist, because skepticism drives you to questions, and questions drives you to answers, and that's how it works. So for you, but this fear and skepticism you have, it's too much. It's not balanced. It needs to be balanced. You can't be just too scared all the time and too skeptical all the time, and then you become just too scientific or too robotic or too logical, and that also leads nowhere. There always has to be this balance between the spiritual and the physical, between the magical and the logical. You have to bring them together in harmony, and that's how you can unlock your powers. So your other questions. Wow, there's a lot of cards that fell here. The excitement is real about what's coming. Your questions about guardian demons and guardian angels. Do you have them? And if you do, who are they? Let's see. So Christopher. So for guardian demons, you have guardian demons. You have 2 guardian demons. I see here, what I'm sensing here is that Lucifer, Ishtar are around you at the moment. That's what I'm sensing for guardian demons. And here, even the star card showed up, which actually the representation of Ishtar, the star card, this for me is Ishtar. And then, you know what's mind-blowing about what the fact that you have guardian demons? All 3 major arcanas showed up here. All 3. The star card, the Fool, and the Hermit. All of them. So you have Ishtar, you have Lucifer for sure. This Hermit card here is the representation of Lucifer. There's the snake here that represents wisdom, that represents Lucifer, that represents alchemy as well. You're gonna find a lot of answers in alchemy. You have to, all the occult knowledge that will allow you to unlock your powers is you're gonna find. It's time for you to to get out of your comfort zone and start researching occult and alchemy, Hermes Trismegistus, ancient alchemical symbols, ancient alchemical knowledge, imagery, tarot. It is the major arcanas are alchemical imagery. that are full of wisdom and knowledge for initiates. So you are an initiate, and you need to start your work as an initiate by delving into alchemy. Don't get it complicated. Just follow your guidance, see what the universe is gonna put on your way, and see what you can learn from this alchemical imagery or symbology or any knowledge that comes your way. You can use Ishtar and Lucifer for this work. You can ask for their help to send you the right information, the right things that you need to know to understand more of who you are, and become very comfortable with who you truly are, knowing thyself. So this is amazing. You're actually very gifted. You're very, very talented. 3 major arcanas all came up at the same time. You're very protected here. Having Lucifer and Ishtar, one of the most powerful guardian demons out there, is crazy. These are the ones I'm sensing from these cards. You definitely have other guardian demons, but you will need to captivate or to capture the name on your own. These guardian demons, they're gonna show up to you. They're gonna tell you who they are. They're gonna give you their names. They will communicate the names to you. So again, it all comes with practicing the occult, the paranormal, alchemy, numerology, tarot, runes, everything you can get your hand on. And then in time, you're gonna know more guardian demons. You're gonna know their names, and only you will know their names because they're gonna tell you personally, they're gonna communicate to you their names. It's gonna come. But the fact that you have these powerful cards that showed up here, all major arcanas, is truly fascinating. And also here, it's time to become the full card here. It's time to become a little bit more adventurous. Take risks. Just don't stay like, don't hold back. Don't hold yourself back. If there's something that you're attracted to, do it. Just go for it. Don't hold yourself back, It's time to become more adventurous and to just unleash who you are. So that's what I'm getting here. This is great. Let's see angels. Guardian angels. Do you have guardian angels? I see here that you don't have guardian angels around you, so you're mainly surrounded by guardian demons. There's no guardian angels here. It's like all of these powers. Actually, it's interesting. There's the Queen of Wands here, so I see fire here, Ace of Wands, fire, and the card here reversed. Anyway, what I'm reading here is that your power is driven from the underworld. It's driven. It comes from there. That's why you have a lot of guardian demons. You have these powerful demons that are trying to connect with you. That are trying to communicate to you, and they're guiding you along your journey. They're trying to tell you, hey, wake up. It's time to wake up. For guardian angels, the cards are saying that you don't have guardian angels. The cards are saying that if you're trying it, the answers you're looking for is not with guardian angels. For some people, it works. For some people, they have guardian angels because their nature, that's their true nature, that's who they are. For you, it's not your nature. And let me remind you that angels, demons, as I mentioned in many of my other informative YouTube videos that basically share information, because I have these kind of videos on the channel. Let me remind you that all of these are demons or daimons, as I have explained before. They're all supernatural beings that have different natures, that have different powers, different abilities. They help different people. So the fact that you don't have angels or archangels guiding you doesn't mean that it's something bad. And even if you had angels and you didn't have demons per se, that's also not bad. There's nothing bad or good. There's nothing wrong or right. It's just the nature of your power and who's with you right now and who is not. That's it. For some people, it could have been angels. It's just, I sense here maybe you were expecting to have guardian angels around you, but the cards here are saying no. Spirit is saying that now you need to work with demons. You need to learn more about them. You need to learn about the occult. You need to learn about the underworld, about where your soul came from. And that's where you're going to find the answers. And that's where you're going to actually gather most of your power. So this answers just mainly the questions that you ask me, the specific questions. I'm going to just pull a couple more cards from this other tarot deck, which is here, the third deck, and see if there's any additional information. And I'm going to close the reading with a Smoke Scrying reading for you. So let's see here if there's any additional information for Christopher. Interesting. Yeah. So this is coherent with earlier. I got here the Empress, beautiful major arcana card. All the cards are upright. It's time for you to embark on your alchemical transformation. The Empress card, you're an emperor. This is the Empress card that showed up here. You are an emperor. You are a leader. You are powerful. You are gifted. You have what it takes. But before you get there, change. This card here represents change. The alchemical transformation needs to kick in. And I sense that this reading is going to be for you almost, if not the start of your alchemical transformation starts here now, as I'm saying it right now. As I'm uttering it, that's when it starts. Your alchemical transformation starts here. And as you embrace it, you're going to reach new horizons, new levels. You're going to learn things you didn't know before. And there's no, here the bottom of the deck is confirming to me. And this I got earlier in the beginning of the reading. I got similar cards. Spirit wants you to know your guardian demons, the spirits around you are trying to tell you that there is no harm that's going to come to you. There's nothing bad. There's nothing negative that's going to come from you embracing your alchemical transformation, starting to work with deities, with spirits, with demons, alchemy, tarot, starting to do work. I heard here that in time, after you do the proper work that you're supposed to do, you can start giving tarot readings to other people. You can start guiding other people towards where they need to be. You can help and people with your own spiritual tools that you will choose eventually. That is what you're meant to do, because you have a lot of gifts and abilities that are with you from that place you come from. And I hear here the reason why you're even here as a human being is to share that with other humans, because humans need to start waking up. They need a huge wake-up call. And you're one of these people who are here to participate in that wake-up call. That's actually the reason why you even well, we can use the word manifested, but I mean reincarnated in ancient Egypt in the first place. Because the flood was gonna happen, and you were meant to go there to actually help people, to wake them up, to teach them the knowledge, the wisdom, teach them everything about the spirit realm, about being good to each other, about being kind to each other, about embracing your darkness, about balancing your dark and light. All of these amazing things that makes us who we truly are. Yet every human being ignores these things and chooses to be a fool, or choose to be something, or just choose the other route, the negative route. So you're one of these people who came here because you left this amazing place that you were at. You were in this amazing place in the underworld, and you left it and you chose to come here. So the reason is to share what you know, share your gifts and abilities with the world, and nothing bad is gonna happen. I keep repeating it. That's what I'm hearing here. Nothing bad is gonna happen from you embracing this route, this path, this magical path. Nothing bad. Your guardian demons are gonna protect you. They're guiding you. No one is gonna harm you. No one is gonna do anything bad to you. You will know where you will know the right thing to do and where you need to go. So let's close the reading with a Smoke Scrying. I'm using a brand new stick that doesn't have any other energy in it for you. So let's see, just hear one last thing for you, Christopher. See what Spirit has to say for you. This is great, Christopher. This is great, but I sense fear. I'm not gonna lie. I sense fear to embrace who you are, because who you are has so much potential. It has so much to give, but you're scared to embrace that power that you have, and that's something natural that a lot of human beings go through. They have so much within them, but they're so scared because the one's own power can be overwhelming sometimes. Yeah, even what I said translates in the smoke. You have so much. You have so much wisdom, knowledge, so much to share, but it's hidden. It's hidden inside. You're so scared to let it out. You're always trying to abide by the rules. You're always trying to go back to what you learned when you were young, or the conditioning, the programming from your family, from your friends, what you learned when you were young. And your mind keeps putting these programs. Every time you try to let this power out, this power that you have within you, this natural power, every time you try to let it out, like the programming holds it back, it closes it. The programming says no, but that doesn't make sense. That's not logical. People are gonna ridicule you. People are gonna say you're crazy. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. Blah, blah, blah. And it's always like carrying what others are saying, or like, you know, making sure that you're pleasing other people just because that's what they say, you know. So the fire was crazy. That's actually that fire that I just blew right now. That's you. That's your core, but it's hidden with a lot of layers, with a lot of shells. You're shelling it. There's so much things throughout your life. You've been shelling and hiding this power that you have, and you got to a point where you don't know who you are anymore. Well, that's natural, because I mean that's obvious, because there's so much packaging and boxes and shells and layers that you engulfed yourself inside, and your core is inside those layers. And then you're at a point in your life where you're like, who am I? What am I doing here? You're losing track of what you are or what you came here to do. But it's good that you're lost, because you can being lost is sometimes important for us to have that wake-up call to realize who we are. So you're at, basically, I feel like you're at the rock bottom stage where there's just nothing left for you to lose. There's nothing left for you to lose. So it's either you start your alchemical transformation and start sharing with the world your gifts and abilities and knowledge that you're gonna acquire eventually. It's either you do that, or you're gonna stay like this for the rest of this reincarnation. You're just gonna wander from one place to the next, and from one place to the next, I mean, you just wander around, not knowing who you are. You're just gonna go here and go there and change this job to that job to that job, and from this environment to that environment to that environment. It's just gonna be a waste of reincarnation. So it's either you start this alchemical transformation, this spiritual journey that you need to embark on. You either start it now, or if you don't, that's it. It's just gonna be the rest of your reincarnation you're gonna spend in not knowing who you are. I know this sounds a little bit harsh, but I know this is your based on your questions, this is your concern. You really want to know who you truly are. You want to know that, and that's the only way for you to know who you truly are. Let's see, what else do we have here? For you, honestly, wow, the fire is unbelievable. Like you just have to start. For you, you just have to start. And once you start, Christopher, once you start, there's no going back. You're gonna dash. For you, the start is the hardest part. Because for some people, they can start easily their alchemical transformation. They can kickstart it easily, but then they struggle later. For you, it's the opposite. For you, the start is the hardest part. And once you do it, you're just gonna, the things you're gonna accomplish are you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna be surprised by the success and the abundance and all of the good things that are gonna come your way. So you just need to kickstart that alchemical transformation. It's gonna come with a little bit of work, with a little bit of struggle, but it's necessary. But once you do it, amazing things ahead for you. Amazing things ahead for you. Yeah, the smoke is ending, and this is what I have for you, Christopher. This is what I have for you. So I'm gonna close the portal. I'm gonna close the portal for you, but just remember, please, that the fact that you're asking about who you are and what are you here to do and who are, your nature, your soul's nature, is that the fact that you're asking that and you're having this reading, that alone means, even me doing the reading was basically tackling the details, but that in its core means for you that you need to start delving in the occult, that you need to start doing and practicing the supernatural, the paranormal. That's where you're gonna thrive. That's the only way you're going to thrive. That's what I have for you. I'm gonna close the portal. I feel like your spirits are just stopping me. They're like, that's it. He got it. He got the message. It's all good. So, hold on, we would like to thank the spirits, the entities, and anyone who was present in this reading for Christopher for guidance and protection. I hereby declare the portal closed. Thank you very much.